guys, thanks so much for joining us. So today we are going to follow on in our ball testing. It's became a bit of a novelty topic for us. We've enjoyed doing a lot of the different testing, and to be honest, I'll be selfish and say that I've thoroughly enjoyed learning the nuances between all the different golf balls with different players, and really I've added that as a little, added value item to the fits that I do.
It's a huge enhancement, isn't it? Like you've been able to make big differences without having to, I guess, play around with too many shafts and maybe save someone some money if they don't want to go too crazy with a new driver. They can really change their ball flight with a ball.
Without a doubt, and I think, I kind of think of it just like the icing on the cake at times. You can get the club head and the club shaft and get them married up really nicely, and you just kind of finish that off with the right golf ball that just brings out the absolute best in performance in it. And it really kind of binds the whole thing together. It's fantastic. So last year, upon testing some of the off sort of brands, we started testing cut golf balls.
By popular request, basically, right?
Popular request, and we were testing, the blue one was the one that we tested more thoroughly. And we saw some staggering results. We saw some things that we really never had. Other than the Kirkland golf ball is a very high spin ball, but of the golf balls that are kind of on this sort of direct to consumer model, this was a really unique golf ball in the characteristics. Very high spin. More than we really had ever seen from a premium golf ball.
Absolutely, yes. A ball that obviously had a really good price point, but with the materials is premium materials, premium cover. But it just spiked into a spin category that just nothing else was even close to.
I know, quite amazing. So so much great feedback from you guys that you had went out and tried it, and a lot of you had been enjoying playing it. Those of you who were looking for a bit more spin, maybe you were playing shorter golf courses and control and spin round the greens was more of a premium than distance.
Good point.
That's a great time to use a softer golf ball. So we wanted to kind of retest it, and the guys at Cut were really kind, and they sent us the 2019 editions.
Absolutely. That was the main reason for us to go back at it and say, okay, we never tested the grey.
We hadn't tested the grey, which
that was a must.
Yeah, and that's the other premium urethane covered golf ball.
The
other ones are Ionum or not
probably more distance ball.
Materials. They are, a little bit more budget.
So that being a 3-piece ball, sort of I guess, what would you compare this to? Is that a Pro V1X sort of construction?
No, so that one, the grey is the sort of softer compression.
So that's the Pro V1 sort of construction.
Exactly,
And then the 2019 Cut Blue, which again we hadn't tested yet, that's the 4-piece ball.
That's right, 4-piece 90 compression.
90 compression.
With both of those golf balls, the 80 and the 90, I mean, if we go back to our video we done with Chris with the Mizuno golf balls, I mean, they made a 90 and a 110 compression golf ball.
It was up there,
So it's quite interesting that Cut have kind of went for more of the mainstream market, I suppose, in the compression, and went for the slightly slower swing speeds.
Right.
And on that topic, I mean, that's something we really have touched upon since the very first time you and I tested the Callaway Chrome Soft. Is dependent on your club head speed and the amount of compression you get on the golf ball. The compression of the core is a big factor to how much output you get.
To the ball speed, And like as you said, we noticed that in videos, I mean, it must have been like a month in at most on the channel.
It would have been
early last
year
year,
ago.
Right? Yeah, at least a year ago. And it's been consistent. It was like that with Chrome Soft. It was like that between Pro V1 and Pro V1X. It's been like that, with tons of different balls.
Well, and you're the good case to test it with because, at your speed, you're going to over-compress a golf ball if the core is too soft. And
so there is more stuff coming out about that from other, I guess, outlets, but I guess people have to be aware that if you're not swinging fast, a softer ball is not slow. If you're swinging fast, then yes, it will be slower. So you got to pay attention to that because it's not an overarching thing, obviously. Right. So you still have to fit your compression to your swing speed.
Definitely.
So why don't we get at it? We're going to hit our usual kind of formula, 54-degree wedge, 6-iron. And the driver. Give us a nice full balance of the bag. And we're going to hit 2018 Cut Blue, 2019, and then Cut Gray. And kind of see what we get.
Exactly. Because I think it would be very important for people to see how the 18 blue compares to the 19 blue, and obviously the grey is a new golf ball for us to test.
Exactly. If you bought a bunch of blues from last year, you might need to look and make sure if you restock, it's doing the same thing, right?
Definitely.
Okay,
let's do it. Okay, guys, welcome back. So, interest test, very interesting
stuff. I was not expecting.
Yeah, I mean, I think, well, it's something that we saw in the original Cut Blue. Performed like the original Cut Blue.
Yeah, we knew that we were going to get a super high spin ball again.
It done exactly as we thought.
Yep.
So off your 54-degree wedge, it was still, again, one of the only golf balls we've ever tested that spun over 12,000.
True. Yeah.
12,100 with the 54. That's a lot of spin.
It's a lot of spin. Is that more than you need? What do you look for on? I guess that's a sandwich, strong sandwich.
Yeah,
11,000-ish.
11's nice. Yeah, that would be plenty.
Yeah,
I mean, and you need the speed that you've got to generate that as well. That's a big part of that. But that's certainly is an awful lot of spin. So with the lower spin, we're also getting lower compression, higher rate of friction, pulling the golf ball down a little bit. So we are going to see that one flight a little bit lower than the other ones. But I think where the surprise came in was how Cut Blue 18 compared to Cut Blue 19.
I wasn't expecting that whatsoever.
There was let's say an 800 RPM discrepancy.
And so much so that it actually became lower spin than the gray. So the gray is on the wedges so far is the higher spinning ball of these two models.
That's right.
So if you, like right away, if you're playing Cut Blue 2018 and that's your super high spin wedge ball, it's probably not going to be the case anymore. They've dropped that spin
better to
down.
go to the grey if you're that guy. If you played 2018 blue, you're going to be a 2019 grey. Let's click over here to 6 irons, Matty.
And this is where you'd start to think a little more separation would occur. That's how we've been seeing it in our tests so far, and it's no different in this one, is it?
Yeah. So ball speed was good in all of them, kind of roughly where we like to see it. I mean, huge discrepancy between 2018 blue and 2019 blue again.
To the point where I re-hit like a bunch of shots with Cut Blue 2019 because I thought I was screwing something up. Maybe I was thinning them or something. But the flush shots were just barely over 5,000, which is very low spin.
5,100, which is a bit on the certainly on the low side for you at 5,100.
Yep.
We like you a little higher than that.
Yeah, like and that's again why when I was seeing the gray, I thought, oh, this is really good. Like they're kind of mid 5,000s, kind of where I always try to be, where you try to get me. And then obviously Cut Blue 2018 was exactly where it has been, over 6,000.
6,300.
Wasn't letting us down.
That's a big 1,200 between a 2018 and a 2019 model.
Yeah.
I'm glad we're doing this video because
seriously.
People who were thinking based on our previous video that was a good idea for them, they're going to be surprised if they go ahead and buy the 2019 version.
Them. Exactly. Yeah. If you need the super high spin, you literally have to make sure you get 2018 models.
Well, looking over at the gray, I mean the gray all of a sudden to me, I'm looking at the gray going, that's a lovely golf ball.
It's really good, isn't it? Yeah. It kind of Pro V1X numbers basically, which Mizuno ball was the lower spinning one?
The lower spinning one was the Tour.
Yeah, so the RB Tour was
higher.
Yeah, that was about where that was too. Similar kind of profile.
I think with driver, it was. I really liked the way this played out with driver because it reaffirmed to me something that I see all the time is that there just isn't that much difference when it comes to drivers.
Not really.
It really doesn't. It doesn't change the profile all that much. I mean, look at the difference there between the lowest spin, which was again the 2019 Cut Blue, which is a low spin golf ball.
It clearly is.
We're definitely, we can comfortably say that the 2019 version of that Cut Blue, the higher compression, is their low spinning version.
It's the low spin ball.
We're seeing that one launch lower and spin a little bit lower and retain great ball speed.
Interesting,
Yeah. So with the Cut Grey was 12.4 launch, 2,300, nice.
Yeah.
Right in the window, to be honest, I always expect to see you there.
Yeah.
12, 22 or 2,300.
For a stable ball.
Always expect you there.
Yeah.
And then the Cut Blue was, for as spinny as that is, once again, I mean, you could go back to the original video and look at that. The wedge spun like crazy, the 6 iron spun like crazy, and the driver didn't.
Is that all the way that they make the cores? Like certain part of the ball is working at certain speeds and not working at other speeds? Is that how they get away with that?
It absolutely is. It's all down to the compression and the sort of
wild.
The way the ball exits and the way friction plays its role. And obviously you're going to get less friction off a more vertical face versus something with obviously more grooves and all that sort of stuff, milling in the face.
Right.
A lot of things that go into creating that friction, but loft being primary. So yeah, not much to pick. You know, you could look at all three of those and go, yeah, I like all of those.
Yeah.
I'll take them all. And really, distance-wise, there's not much.
You wouldn't notice anything on the golf course, would you?
There was a little ball speed leakage, but that was probably
I would say
strike.
I would call that me. Yeah. The strikes weren't all totally perfect, but as averages, I would look at the launch and spin and say you could play any of them. You need to be choosing it based on the 6 iron and the wedge.
For sure, you could. Cool. Excellent. Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed it. We've got more golf ball testing to come. Lots more kind of 2019 golf balls we're going to throw in the mix, and you know, maybe we'll try and make a little chart as to kind of what they all do. We'll
a little ranking system maybe.
We'll kind of standardise this test and see what we can kind of rank them as, from high spin, low spin, high speed, all that sort of stuff.
That's a great idea.
Yeah. Okay. Guys, appreciate you watching, and we'll see you again soon.